The left loves to brand President Trump as a hateful bigot, but as with many other leftist insults, it's just projection. In fact, all the Biden campaign and the left have to offer at this point African Americans are threats and just dehumanizing insults for those who do not vote the way they're supposed to. Now compare that to the positive and uplifting message to Black Americans from Trump supporter and GOP rising star Kimberly Klacik.
I watched the Republican convention, and seeing the slew of Black speakers that they had, it really did look like a modern-day minstrel show to me.
We don't want just paint on the streets. We want careers, we want opportunity, and we want equality. And I think people are understanding that you get that from President Trump rather than what we had in the past. We are definitely listening to that message, and it is resonating.
Joining me now is Horace Cooper, Project 21 co-chair and author of How Trump is Making Black America Great Again. Horace, there couldn't be a more, I think, stark contrast between what the GOP is offering all Americans, but especially minority Americans, versus what the Democrats are serving up. A lot of insulting language, a lot of threats, a lot of demands. But where are the solutions?
The policy question is really what's going to be the deciding factor for Black America in this vote. And the policy question is, on the one hand, you've got conservative policies that are good for your family, good for your pocketbook, good for your communities. Black Americans are saying, we want more law enforcement. We don't want to defund the police. Black Americans are saying, we want better schools. We want school choice. And Black Americans are increasingly saying, why are the abortion clinics only in our communities? On the other hand, the progressives are going around saying misgendering. That's the biggest problem that faces your community, and we're going to make sure that that's a priority. Oh, and by the way, don't let the bad boogeyman racists get their way. That's about the extent of what our options are, and I think people are going to be in for a huge wake-up call.
We played that Kimberly Klacik soundbite because I find her so refreshing. I find so many of the voices. Obviously, Horace, you're an old friend of the program, and you've been doing this for a long time. But I just find it so impressive and positive and optimistic that we have people with great courage who know they're going to be called Uncle Toms, part of a minstrel show. Like, I work for Clarence Thomas. They did this to him, did this to Tom Sowell, Walter Williams, all these great thinkers. But I find it so uplifting because they're saying, we're not buying what you're selling. I'm my authentic self, and you're not going to make me think anything differently. But I got to play this. This Yamiche Alcindor, who is a journalist in Washington, she spoke out about what Black people feel today. Watch.
There were so many people on the president's doorstep telling him, we don't like the way that you're handling the virus, and we don't like the way that you're handling this racial reckoning. Black people are simply fed up. People of color understand that they are being treated like second-class citizens. And frankly, a lot of white Americans are waking up to the privilege that they've had and saying that this is not right.
Do you find that she is speaking for Black America there, and like they're fed up with Trump's racializing things?
There's a reckoning coming. We had 8 years of the Obama-Biden administration policies where Black Americans suffered at the front of the line, lost more jobs, had to have more food stamps, lost opportunities, didn't get to keep their houses due to foreclosures. It is going to be very difficult to trick people into saying the racial boogeyman is so bad that I want to wipe out all of your economic opportunity. And by the way, when you contrast that with what happened over the last 3 years, this is recent. American people, and particularly Black Americans, are saying they won't be fooled again.